Hi, this is David Sanders. I'm a business and marketing expert, and I want to change the world. I specialize in working with professionals in the holistic and natural side of medicine, and also with entrepreneurs that are actually doing things that will make a big difference on the planet. Computing speed. Anybody ever heard of Moore's Law? Well, Moore's Law was created back in the early 70s by a physicist by the name of Moore. And he had this wonderful observation that computing speed by adding new transistors and elements to printed circuit boards and things like that, that computing speed would double about every 18 to 24 months. So what does this mean in practicality? Well, to give one radical example, there's more computing power in my watch than was used to send a man to the moon with the Apollo project. What I really wanted back in those days was an Osborne Executive Portable. And this was a bleeding edge computer that was released in 1982. This bad boy weighed in at 28 pounds. And while it was called a portable, it was really a luggable. It was the size of a big sewing machine, and you would kind of limp along with it at the airport or whatever. But you get it out, and they have a screen about like that, a green screen, green and white, green and black screen. It was really exciting. It cost over $2,500 plus tax. Now, compare this to the iPhone, which was released in 2007. Wow. It weighed 1/100th as much, at 1/10 the cost, while sporting 150 times the computing power. That's just the processing speed. And the iPhone had more than 100,000 times the memory of this 28-pound Goliath. It's actually larger and weighed more than your desktop computer these days. You can just put aside for a moment in this computation the whole universe of applications and software that dances there. I mean, they call this the planet of the apps, right? And you can put aside wireless connectivity, which didn't even get envisioned back in those days. But even without those things, the iPhone is light years ahead of the 28-pound heartthrob of that era, the Osborne. Now, if you were to simply measure the difference in terms of dollars per ounce per calculation, the iPhone has 150,000 times more price performance than the Osborne. That was 1982 to 2007. That's 25 years. Is that amazing or what? So the technology that we have coming online is such that as Moore's Law continues to hold, within a few years, we'll reach the point where computers, and therefore robots and so forth, will have a relatively equal computing power to the human brain. Now, the human mind can be expanded quite a bit more than the human brain, as we would have to say, but we are coming up to a point where all of a sudden the machines can be considerably more intelligent than we have ever experienced. And so 25 years from now, we can have a little meeting and talk about how old and slow and heavy and all that the iPhone was. And what we have now is 150,000 times better producing for the dollar, for the ounce. So the best is yet to come as part of this message.